So, my mic's broke. My last attempt at this had no audio. I'm exhausted. It's gonna be a fun day. So, this week we are attempting my nutty idea again, except I'm gonna do a slightly different pen because I'm currently out of the regular back pocket clip tail cap holder thingamajiggies. So, from here, I'm gonna cut to my original video where I tried doing this. And the only difference between today and what I did then, I don't have any more mixers for this, and I don't want to go back to Lowe's to buy another one just because the other one decided to clog up. There's a little mixer that goes in the front that swirls it around, so by the time it comes out, everything holds tight. So, with that, let's get into my nuttiness. Hey, while I'm thinking about it, so did you guys know that you can support me for not spending a cent by hitting the like button, subscribing, and sharing my videos? It doesn't cost you a cent. It helps the algorithm see me a whole lot more, and it's totally free for you. It just takes 3 clicks. Just wanted to throw that out there. Thanks, bye. All right, folks, so we're gonna start off with our nutty idea with a couple of nuts and an Allen wrench. So all I do is run the Allen wrench through the nuts. Get that in there. All right. Now we just close this here up. All right, crank that down. Thought I had a thing of WD-40 over here. There it is. So, best thing you can do when you're doing stuff like this, just a little bit of oil. Cutting fluid is preferred. I don't currently have any, so WD-40 is better than nothing. All right, so you get that where you can make contact with the nuts, back that off a hair, and start your lathe. Let it get up to speed. I do find around 400 RPMs pretty decent. Then it's just slow, continuous pressure. So you get through them. All right. Those are drilled through. Just bring this back. And now we just need about, I think it's 9 aside, so 16 more of these drilled out. I'm going to throw it on a time lapse while we do all that. And I found the Allen wrench I prefer to use. So I'll see you at the workbench when we're done drilling this out. Oh, all right. We got 2 brand new tubes. I'm cutting the last one out. I just totally messed it up. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna put a little bit, We're going to put a dab of glue right in the middle. Yeah. So once we do that, you just run your nut. As soon as you hit the glue, you want to keep spinning it because that gives you a nice even coat throughout the whole tube. All right. Now I need that kicker to set off this. So what I'm going to do is give that a minute. All right. Now the rest of these, all we do is put a little dab on there. And again, just spin them on. Then you just stick them all on. The trick is you just put a slightly less cyanoacrylate on there with every nut. You are going to stick to these nuts too, so don't be surprised. All right. You'll note that I'm barely putting any glue on there at all. I'm hoping you guys can see that. I'm gonna, after this one, after this half, I'm gonna take a quick break because I gotta run and grab a pen press and see where this comes to. All right, so once that's good, done, everything on there, hit the end, and then hit the whole thing. So that also will help if you get any of this on your fingers. It helps cool it off, sets it, and then once it's set, like this little piece here, and yes, I know my nails are atrocious. I'm taking care of that later. And that's one half of my little pen. But being how this looks like it's going to be sticking out a little bit, the next one, what I'm going to do is this is the one that gets a little tricky when you're trying to, I want to get an offset. So I'm going to pull it out. Let me lock this in place first. All right. All right, so you can see how that's indented in there. This one's sticking out a little bit too much, so I want to make sure I can get them to seat so you can't see the break in this. I don't always pull it off quite perfectly, but this one should be good. Like this one has a little bit of a gap, but hey, it is what it is. It just makes it look a little more nutty. So I'll be right back. I gotta go grab a pen press to be able to put the rest of this together. And I want to make sure I got enough of these nuts drilled out. So I will see you guys in a few. And we're back. Got my pen press and I have exactly enough nuts. Thought I would, but I just wanted to count to make sure. So, and if I need to, I will sand one off. Almost made the same rookie mistake I did earlier. I don't know if you guys saw that one or not. I had one of these I'm just completely taking out because it was just completely screwed up. Oh, that stinks. Overkill. It's better than it was. All right. What happened was old glue got in there when I hit it with the kicker. And it was too thick. I should always make sure you try to clear that off. I usually use like a straight razor or a utility knife or something like that, because I don't like to use my good blades on stuff like that. And then this is going to be our tail cap as well. I decided that while I was grabbing everything. All right. Lock that in. The other trick with kicker, use it sparingly, at least at first, and then give it a couple seconds for everything to dry and reset. All right, and that's our tail cap. Now we're gonna try bring you guys up here a little bit more so I can zoom in. Let's try this with you actually zoomed in. All right. Now this is going to go together like any regular credit card pen, which is the smallest ones that I make currently. You never know when I'm going to find something smaller, but I do like unique stuff, so here's that. All right, so when you're doing this, you start with that little guy. Just pop it in there, keep everything as square as possible. This is not the press I'm the most comfortable with, so this might take oh, cool. All right. So you just press that in until it seats all the way. This is why I like these, because they fit my hands perfect. And generally, if it fits my hand, it'll fit most people's. I've got long fingers, but they're pretty medium-sized overall. And then we're just gonna, the trick for putting pens together, it's just hit. Don't rush this part, always take your time. Keep everything as square as possible. Light pressure is all you need. And here's our ink insert. If you ever get one of these, make sure you save that little cap. You just put in the fresh ink in there, seat it in all the way. And this is down and up, so if you're playing with it and it doesn't want to lock in, that's probably what's going on. So like that ink's not out at all. So what I'm going to do is this little indentation across there. We're going to press it in there and see what that gives us. These tubes are not from the factory. I had to custom cut them down myself. So it might take me a second to get everything lined up appropriately. Still nothing, so we're going to press it in even more. This is where you do everything by feel, because I'm just using my finger. That hardly moved at all. It was maybe a 32nd of an inch, which nowhere near enough. And again, when I'm doing it by feel, there's nothing I can do other than try to give you guys a rough idea of how it goes together. And this is just a game of, you don't want to move it more than a 1/16 of an inch because that's the difference between good and bad. So we're going to close this up a little bit more. That'll buy us about another 3/16 or so. It's always a good idea to hard mount your pen press if it's an option for you. I've got a few ideas for how I want to do some of mine. This is the one I like the least, by the way. Now we just keep. There we go. Probably about another 1/16 of an inch, so another bump about like what I just did. And we will be good to go. Wasn't quite enough. When you're doing this at first, always double check after you feel any movement. You do it long enough, you get a feel for it. Plus, years of machining stuff, I've gotten a pretty good calibration for what feels right. And I want this, normally this would be acceptable, but I want it out a touch more. Oh, that's not good. This whole thing just marred on me at the very last second. Will this even still work? It doesn't want to go in now. I'm going to sand that down a little bit once we're done. So I'm going to do that here right quick. So then for the last part, we need a pocket clip, an end cap. The one that we have in there a little bit needs to go down. And we just need that. We're just going to run this in. That should be pretty good. And what I'm doing is just keeping that tip against the back end here so I can make sure it stays in there good. And I'm using the pressure to move those up the rest of the way. That brought that pretty much even, unfortunately. So I'm going to go see if I can fix that real quick. And if not, I'm going to try to pull this out with a pair of pliers and replace it. Ordinarily, I wouldn't do this for a pen I would sell, but this one's for me. So I tend to do things a little bit, well, I won't say I cut corners, but it is a good way to find out if tricks work. And then when it's yours, there's nobody that's going to complain about it because it's mine and I know what I had to do. So there's our mini Nutty idea. So these are the two that I'm planning on making to sell. This one actually is sold. If you guys are interested, should have some ready for craft shows. Next one I got coming up is September 27th of 25. And yeah, so I'll have prices figured up by then, because really it's going to come down to how many nuts versus the pen kit cost, then how much time it takes me, which you guys see I can get one knocked out in about 15 minutes or so. So with that, I will say cat in the hat, dappy dat. Y'all be safe. Have fun.